Kia ora koutou, Dunedin. How fantastic it is to be here. Thank you for such a wonderful welcome. It's been a long-held dream to bring the show here, and I'm really excited that it's now a reality. Can I quickly offer our apologies, or his apologies, for your writer-director, Mr. Malcolm Black. He's a well-known Dunedin songwriter who is your representative on the APRA board. Unfortunately, Malcolm can't be with us tonight. He's unwell. He really wanted to be here, of course, and we do wish him a speedy recovery. Malcolm, you should know, does an extremely fantastic job representing all of New Zealand songwriters' rights in the APRA world. And we're so lucky to have his wisdom, his kindness and his experience on our side. Tonight, though, we'd like to recognise someone else. We'd like to recognise our much-loved and respected friend and colleague at APRA, our CEO, Mr. Brett Cottle. Many won't know, but Brett will retire next year after an exceptional, almost unprecedented tenure of 28 years in that top job, leading APRA through a period of growth and development into one of the world's leading composers collecting societies. To lead a commercial enterprise such as APRA, you need a special set of skills, an astute commercial sense, but uniquely balanced with a fine appreciation of that creative process. And Brett has had it all. From our perspective, Brett, here in New Zealand, you've always recognised our special cultural strengths and always allowed us the freedom to develop those here in New Zealand in our own way. And tonight, in the Silver Scrolls and the special event that it is just one of those examples. So Brett, from every staff member, past and present, every writer over the past 3 decades, we'd like to say a very deep and heartfelt thank you for all your work. But before I ask you to come forward and accept a small token of our appreciation, I'd like to introduce the chair of our board, a woman who needs very little introduction, Jenny Morris.
There's one thing I know about Brett Cottle. He's got great taste in music. To have great taste in music, you've usually listened to a large variety and in large amounts over a long period of time. Brett loves music. He's been passionate about music all his life. And when I think about why Brett is the best of best, this is at the core of the answer. He loves music. Now, add to that his abilities. He's the sharpest of minds, the deepest knowledge on all topics of relevance to our industry. He's the best judge of character. He's a lawyer, so he knows the law. He has a genuine respect for people, and that doesn't waver no matter who you are. And when it comes to music rights, he has been our champion, our warrior. He has put together and led the stellar teams that have fought and won grueling battles in our name. The battles and the winning formulas he has enacted have resulted in astronomical increases in APRA and cost revenue, even through the global crisis. He has increased revenue every single year for the past over 20 years, which I think deserves a round of applause. He has championed APRA AMCOS's commitment to equal gender opportunity across every aspect of its operations, and in turn set precedents for other music industry organisations. Brett is a legend on the world stage too. People from other societies seek his counsel and defer to his judgment. Every copyright society would love to have a Brett Cottle. He has built and sustained a culture within the organisation where every idea, every decision, every action, every reaction is for one purpose: the nurturing, support and generation of earnings for music creators. I won't go on, although I could, but I need to save some content for what will probably be gazillions of events where people will want to honour Brett between now and next June 30th when he retires. But there's one thing I want to tell you about Brett, and it's this. Because he is such a hugely respected, high-achieving, shining star, he has every good reason to be totally up himself, egotistical bastard. But he's not. He is the most humble of men, and that's why he has not just respect, but the love of everyone in his sphere. On behalf of the board and the 80,000 plus members of our organisation, Brett, I would say a small word with a huge amount of heart. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brett Cottle.
Well, thank you, Anne. Thank you, Jenny. I wasn't expecting to come on stage, so I don't really have a speech. But one of the saddest aspects for me of stepping down from this role will be that I don't get to attend the Silver Scroll anymore. And the Silver Scroll is, without doubt, in my view, the best music awards night anywhere in the world. And you should be so proud of it, and we at APRA are so proud of it. I'm also incredibly proud of the position that APRA AMCOS occupies in New Zealand cultural life and the life of the music industry here. It's very much at the centre of things, and that's a great credit to Ant's brilliant leadership and the team we have in New Zealand. I thank every one of you. And before Ant, the great work that Mike Chun did for all those years. I just want to say two things, really. First is that that in an era when institutions and organisations are so on the nose and people feel so disconnected with and not involved with the whole idea of traditional institutions, I urge you to continue to support and love this organisation, this institution of APRA and AMCOS. Authors in every creative field suffer from representation that doesn't give them power and clout and a meaningful say in the commercial life of what they do. The one exception to that is the music business, and the authors, collecting societies in the music business, and particularly APRA and AMCOS, give you a tremendous amount of clout and say and a role in your future, and I urge you to support and stay in love with this organisation. For me personally, this career has been full of privileges and wonderful memories. Amongst the dearest, I hold the fact that I've had a chance to meet some of my political heroes. I've sat at these awards beside the great Helen Clark, and tonight to sit within range of the great Jacinda Ardern is an equally enormous privilege. I've had the chance to meet and mingle with some of my great heroes, many of whom I'm too shy to actually talk to. But having met Neil Finn and become friends with Don McGlashan and Dave Dobbin, and meeting Martin Phillips and Robert Scott, people like that, is such a privilege for me. The greatest privilege of all is having had the opportunity to walk and work amongst you, the writers. Thank you so much for that. Thank you.